Now let us meet a thoroughly honest man.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Burt Ross.
Number two.
My name is Burt Ross.
Number three.
My name is Burt Ross.
And don't miss a word of how Burt Ross fought the syndicate and won. He says, I, Burt Ross, am the former mayor of Fort Lee, New Jersey. When I was elected in 1971, the town had the unsavory reputation as a residential center for crime syndicate kingpins. While still in office, I was approached by members of the syndicate to use my influence to overcome opposition to a multi-million-dollar building project. I was offered a sizable amount of money. I reported the bribe attempt to the United States Attorney, who subsequently contacted the FBI. What followed was a nightmare of bulletproof vests and bodyguards, hidden microphones, and secret meetings. The money offered in the bribe finally reached the incredible sum of $500,000. I'm proud to report that the criminals were finally convicted, but now without my first having my life threatened, going into hiding, and requiring protective custody for my family. My brother, Philip Ross, has written a book. It's about the whole story, and it is called simply The Bribe. Signed, Burt Ross. And we'll dig for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but by starting with Peggy Cat.
Number one, do you still live in Fort Lee?
No.
Number two, did you have to leave Fort Lee because you figured they're out to get you?
Yes.
Okay. Number three, are you still being watched by protected by the authorities? I mean, has somebody got a guard on your house and stuff like that?
No.
Why not?
It's all over. They're convicted.
I know, but they must have friends, no?
Well, I'm not too worried.
Oh, good. Number one, the multi-million-dollar project, was it an apartment building, a shopping center, a road? What was it?
It was the George Washington Shopping Center.
And did it ever go through?
No, it did not.
Thank you. Number two, now that you're not the mayor of Fort Lee anymore, what do you do now?
I'm in state government of New Jersey.
Were you, in fact, in the state government before? Did you have another business? And what do you do for a living?
I was a stockbroker, now I'm with the state.
It's a better job, kid. Stockbroker. Number three, did you receive any threats against your family while this whole Megillah was going on?
Yes, I did.
And number one, when you went into the FBI with this story, how did they react? Did they believe you, or did they think you were just, you know?
Well, Jonathan Goldstein believed in me. Yes.
Jonathan Goldstein. I think Jonathan Livingston.
Now, we got ourselves a buzzer, and we're going to Nipsey.
I'm not sure I understood the affidavit. I'm asking number two. This is a place known to be populated by crime people. How did you get elected?
There are a lot of honest people in the town.
Oh, I see. Number one, in what forms did your threats come to you?
By telephone calls first.
From the same people who had offered the bribe?
Yes.
I see. And number three, as you wrote the book, did you get any threats through the publisher, or was there any awareness of the fact that this publication was coming out?
My brother wrote the book. I didn't.
I see. Was your brother threatened?
Gee, not that I know of.
Yeah, it's kind of dangerous talking about the mafia. I saw The Godfather, and don't tell them what part of the horse they might put in bed with me. Very dangerous thing.
And that buzzer takes us please to Kitty Carlisle.
Thank you. Number one, did you have to leave office while you were the mayor?
Yes, I did.
And number two, did the town know about this? That you had to leave office because of threats of some of your constituents?
They knew I had left town.
And you were still the mayor?
Yes.
Number three, who replaced you?
The chief councilman replaced me.
And number two, who is Jonathan Goldstein?
He's the United States Attorney in Newark.
And he believed you?
Yes.
Number three, how many members of this group went to jail?
Well, they're not in jail yet. They're on appeal. But there are 7 altogether.
And number one, what kind of threats were made against your children?
I do not have children.
With your wife?
My wife.
And what did they say?
That they were going to shoot us.
Oh, my goodness. Number one, are you still with state government now, too?
No, I'm not.
What do you do?
I went back into my father's business.
And number three, what do you
do? We didn't hear that, number three, son. You're a teacher. All right, we'll go down to Bill Collins.
Number one, when these threats were made, Were these threats made after you had talked to the FBI?
Yes.
Well, how were these threats made? Without getting yourself in any legal McGill or anything like that, I mean, were they made on the phone, by mail, in person, or what?
They were in person.
On the street?
On the street.
Number 2, did anyone ever come to see you under a guise of anything else?
No.
Number 3, when this offer was made, the original offer, was it made by a person face to face?
Yes.
And is that person one of those who was convicted and
Yes.
is now on appeal?
Yes, sir.
Number 1, did you think at that time that you knew who that person who made the offer was acting for?
Yes, I did.
And how long, number 1, before that person got the idea that you had gone to the FBI?
Well, once they were arrested.
Now, number 2, how does one go to the FBI? I mean, it's not a simple matter of picking up the phone and calling, is it?
But when you're a mayor, they know you.
And you contacted the FBI how, number 1?
I called them immediately.
And did they, number 2, then what happened after you called? Did they say, we'll get back to you or something like that?
They arranged the meeting with me.
Number 3, where was the meeting arranged?
In Newark.
And where you...
Okay, friends, there goes the bell, and it's time for us to select this good man, whoever he is, across the way. Is he number 1? Or is he number 2? Or is he number 3? Peggy gets first guess, please.
Oh, now, I really voted for a loony reason, but I voted for 2 because he dresses kind of snappy, like maybe he came from Fort Lee.
All right. So we got a 2 going, and we got Nipsey.
I voted for the Thread.
I often heard him say keep crime out of government, but we finally lived to see the time when we can hear the mafia say get the government out of organized crime. Number 2.
And so we got a pair of 2s and Kitty Carlisle.
Well, I voted for number 2 because he said something that was rather like a politician, but a good politician. He said that there were some very honest people in Fort Lee, New Jersey, and he stood up for them, so I voted for him.
Everybody's bunching up in the middle. Is it going to be lone Bill Cullen?
I know a lot of people in Fort Lee, New Jersey. You know, I wanted to vote. I wouldn't say I had an idea, but I finally voted for number 1 because he has a worried look, and I figure anyone, with all these guys threatening him, apt to be. My finger's shrinking here, too. But anyway, I voted for 1.
Well, that's the way we have it here, friends. Let's see how it checks with you. The votes are all in. Will the real Burt Ross proudly stand up? Burt Ross! It's very fashionable nowadays for a whole lot of people to say, I'm not going to vote in this coming election because what difference does it make? You're all alike. Remember Burt Ross over there. And for heaven's sakes, vote. Who you vote for makes a big difference. And Burt, thanks for making that plain to us. Now let's find out about our imposters. Number 1, sir, what is your real name? What do you do?
My name is Stuart Clark. I own a public relations firm called Clark, Starr, and Cushing in New York.
And number 3, can you tell me about you, please?
My name is Maury Bencoil, and I'm an audio producer of educational materials.
Good deal. Burt, thank you very much for being with you. Good luck in whatever your next venture is. By the way, what are you doing now? We did not say.
I'm administrator of the New Jersey State Energy Office.
There you go. Thank you very much for being with us. It's an inspiration. Take care.